Jody Greasy here, and I've been holding on to this story for a very long time. And I would love to share it with you and get your opinion. I need to know if I'm tripping. Now, to protect the identity of these people, I'm gonna give them names that start with letters in the alphabet. Cool. So I used to date this girl named A. We obviously broke up, and around the time I was messing with her, I had another girl pregnant, but she already knew. And when my baby was born, I left her for my BM. I never had a family. I wanted my daughter to have one. That was really fucking stupid. But me and A stayed cool. So years later, me and A started messing around again. We gotta understand it. You can do you, I'ma do me, but we still gonna do each other. Now, A got a friend named B. It's her male best friend. And to keep it all the way real, I don't like B. Now, I don't know B. I didn't want to get to know B. I just have an idea that he used to mess with my BM. Yes, the plot thickens. Not the BM I left her for, my latest BM. Goddamn. And the thing is this. At the time, I still had strong feelings for the BM. We obviously broken up, and I'm trying to get over her. So I really wasn't liking no dudes that I know mess with her. So fuck him. But he didn't know that. So A hit me up one day like, hey, come to the kickback. Who all gonna be there? She like, oh, B hosting it. No. She like, why not? You know, I can't necessarily tell her why. I still got my pride as a man. Then I get an idea. To help myself get over my BM, maybe I should hang with him. Let me see what she liked about this motherfucker. Inspector Sucker Attack. So I go to kick it. And to be real with y'all, B is a cool guy. Instantly, I knew why people liked him. But the thing about B is this. He got a way of telling you shit without telling you nothing. Like when he first met me, he said something like, hey, what up? I know you know me. What the fuck? How you think I know you, sir? And I don't want to sound narcissistic, but I'm Jody Greasy. And what I mean by that is I got a name for myself. So if people know me, it's because I'm kind of popular, because I do this internet shit, and who the fuck are you? I mean, he do music, and he's not that bad. But to assume I know him, oh my God, it's a reach. Why you think I know you, sir? We know the same people. Who we know? Now, I know he used to mess with my BM. I don't know if he know that I know, but if you know, say you know. It's the audacity for me. It almost made me forget why I'm here. Because I know my BM don't like this arrogance. But besides that, the coolest guy you ever met. We hang out a couple times. Sometimes A was there, sometimes she wasn't. This one time, he's having a party. I get the invite. So I show up, and I'm automatically embraced by a girl named C. Now, C talks to B. I don't know that. And to be real, the whole story is really about C. We'll get to that. C like, hey, you Jody Greasy, get to follow me on every social media site. I'm like, okay. And who are you? Oh, I talk to B. Oh, okay, I don't give a fuck. And you talk to A. Damn, how you know that? Me and A was being very discreet. Because if we letting the whole world know that we messing around, we can't mess around with people that we really want to mess with on the low. So who previewed this motherfucker to the business? Well, obviously A told B about me and her. And since B is talking to C, he told her. First of all, I don't move like this. I don't mind B knowing A and B is friends. Best friends. So they can do whatever the fuck that is. But C, this ain't even his girlfriend. This is somebody he talks to. No telling who else he talked to. Ain't no telling whoever else he talked to who they talking about when it comes down to me. I'm already 2.5 minutes in. It's gonna need a part 2. But anyway, I'm not really tripping. This just further shows me B cool, but he only ever gonna be just cool when it come down to me anyway. And B lightweight been giving me little hints that he messed with my BM before. Like saying shit, but not saying shit. At the party, he pulled me to the side. Fuck, comment if I do a part 2. Damn. Part 2. So he pulled me to the side. Yeah, because you know we know the same people. B, who do we know? He on that shit again. He ain't about to ease his way out of this one. You know we mess with the same. Who? He says D. And D ain't my BM. So who is D? D is the girl I used to mess with in high school. She was like my little high school sweetheart. She was younger than me. She was still like my little boo-boo. But I wasn't hooked on her how I'm hooked on my BM. But he's hooked on her how I'm hooked on my BM. The fucking plot thickens. So he want to talk about D. No, let's talk about my BM. He want to talk about the wrong letters. Oh man, that wasn't really nothing. We had a little thing, but it wasn't nothing serious. See what I'm saying? Telling me shit, that's telling me nothing. I don't want to talk about D. I mean, D cool. I ain't seen her in years. I see my BM twice a week to get my daughter. I see her every day when I stalk her on Facebook. This story takes place years ago, by the way. This conversation goes nowhere. Everybody at the party like, you know what? We going to the club. Everybody else leaves me and B behind. That's when that conversation took place. About D and BM. Whatever. We go to the club. It's a long line. Now, B has a family member that he's very close with. We gonna call her E. And E already in the club. And me and B done made it very clear we're not waiting. But B can't leave without E. So he barges in the club. He rescues his family member, E. Then they argue. E walks off. I'm like, B, maybe you should go talk to her. Like, man, fuck that shit. I ain't chasing nobody. I'm a passionate guy. I go talk to her. So I talk to her. She's like, look, I don't want to ride with B. Like, Jody, can you take me home? I'm like, no, you should ride with B so y'all can talk. B walks up. I'm like, B, why don't you ride with your peoples and I'll take C home. And if you remember, C is the girl he talked to. Girl who knows too damn much. The story is about C, remind you. But we'll get to that. B like, oh, hell no. I'll ride with C and you can ride with E. I'm like, okay, I don't give a fuck, whatever. So I'm riding with E. And she going off about B. And I'm like, look, listen, I know for a fact B care about you. I mean, this is your relative. He wouldn't have barged in that club and risked getting his ass whooped. People don't play that cut line shit at the club. Listen, he care about you. I come to a red light. E then comes over and kisses me. Now, E, she bad than a motherfucker. Now, I never looked at her like that. Not because it's B people. I don't give a fuck. I just never looked at her like that. I mean, she cool, but I never knew her to be like, damn. But people sitting at the light like, damn. Like, what's up with that? She like, boy, you don't even know. I been had a crush on you. God damn. Because E and B is related. B possibly verbally mess with my BM. B and A is best friends. This is getting kind of messy, but goddamn it, I know how to clean. So I'm like, let's do that again. So we going at it at the red light. She pulls back and say some shit like, I bet you got something thick. And that was telling. How the hell she know? I mean, it's a fact. But you didn't just look at me and think, oh, I know he packing. Hell no. Somebody done told you. So I'm like, do you know my BM? And she goes, yeah, she used to mess with B. I'm like, wow. Not to mention, my phone going crazy. I look at my phone. It's B. I'm like, what up? Damn, bro, where y'all at? Y'all still coming? We ain't going to the house no more. Hey, we going to IHOP. I'm like, damn. E look at me like, let's just go to IHOP. I'm thinking like, damn, no, let's talk about this thickness some more. She like, nah, let's just go because I don't want no smoke. So we pull up to IHOP. C is there. She with B. I pull up with E and everything cool. But C acting real weird, like real erotic, making eye contact with me. E phone go off. She like, oh, bae, I'm just at IHOP. Bae? Oh, nobody, just B and C. She leave me out. But then B looking like, it's like he picking up the signs. Damn, I need a part 3? Part 3. So B looking like, why she ain't say she with Jody? I mean, it's all innocent unless it ain't. This is what his face is telling me. Like, I don't give a fuck about his face. The waiter come. Everybody order their food. I'm like, yeah, E, I'm gonna pay for you. B just looking at me and E like he got attitude. I whisper to E, what's up with your people? Why he act like he had attitude? She whisper back, oh, he mad because you brought my dinner. Ain't that a bitch? I know that ain't it. Boy, you been giving me little hints that you mess with my BM since I known you. And I think I've been very understanding. I don't know no dude that'll still be cool with a dude that probably mess with his BM, do you? You mad because I bought a dinner? Order some dessert while you at it. Fuck what you talking about. But why B got an attitude? C keep giving me little signals. Like she ordered a milkshake. You know a milkshake come with Cool Whip. She doing little stuff like, ooh, look, I cleared the whole cup. I never miss a drop. Looking at me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like she had some chicken tenders, put a lot of ketchup on her plate. She say something like, ooh, I like my meat with sauce on it. But like looking at me and giving me real, why is B and E here? Vibes. And I'm looking back like, bitch, you're doing a good job. Bitch, you're doing a good job. But B ain't paying attention. You can see it in his face. His mind's so wrapped around trying to figure out what's up with me and E. He ain't paying C no attention. He didn't see C. Ain't that a bitch? So he storms off. C follows, only to turn around one last time and give me a look. Like, this ain't over. So E like, look, man, we better go. I walk E to B's car. Now she want to ride with him. Ain't that a bitch? I'm like, B, what's up, bro? Why you got an attitude or something? He like, no, I got a lot on my mind. I'll hit you up later. I'm like, Blueface, baby, yeah, all right. Days go by. A hit me up like, hey, time to clap some cheeks. I'm like, for sure, I know the routine. I pull up, me and her talking. I'm like, what's up, what's going on with you? She like, nothing really, but since you asked, E has been acting very funny. Now E, which is a relative to B, who A is best friends with, just to get y'all the connections again. Like, what's she doing? Like, I don't know, it just seemed like she got an attitude about something. I'm like, look, listen. I tell her everything that went down at IHOP. She is flabbergasted. Like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. I'm like, I thought we had an understanding though. Me and you ain't together. We can do whatever. She's like, no, that's cool. She said, but I be telling E about everything. For her to try to come on to you, that's messed up. I'm like, I don't know if that's the reason why she being funny with you. I just figured I'd let you know. I'm like, whatever you do, don't tell B. Not because I care about his feelings, because that's her friend. But if he mad about a dinner, what he gonna say if he find out that I was the menu? But she agrees she won't tell. Days go by again. B hit me up. Hey, bro, you trying to kick it? I don't know what you got in mind. I'm kicking it with some hoes at the taco place. I'm like, who gonna be there? Like, man, just some hoes. I'm like, all right, bet. So I pull up. Soon as I walk in, do you know who I see? D. Now, if you remember, D is the girl that he was hooked on. D is my high school sweetheart, who I'm not really tripping on. I ain't seen D in forever. But for her to be here is kind of like, didn't we just have a conversation about her? And to add salt to injury, D is cool with my BM. And I mean, they close. So what the fuck is this? So I'm just playing the cut. I'm listening to conversations. It's weird and awkward to be here. And I can tell it's awkward for D too. Because she used to mess with me. And I'm cool with a dude that she used to mess with. And he's still kind of in love with her. But she ain't tripping on him. I'm like, what? So I'm like, hey, I'm about to go. Cause what is this? Be like, hey man, we going to D house after this. You should pull up. I'm like, nah. He like, no man, you should come. And at the time, it sounded like he really just needed a wingman. But little did I know, it turns out to be a setup. Goddamn, a part 4? Part 4. So I pull up the D house, flooded with hoes. B's there, center of attention. Everybody loves him. Why not? It's B. I told y'all he's a cool guy. But I'm scoping the scenery. Who else in this motherfucker that I know? Just me and him both know the same people. But all I knew was D and B. They playing a game. I think it's called like the 5-second game. And what you do is this. They flip a card and they ask you a question. You got 5 seconds to answer that question. It's B's turn. The game is being played and everything is fine. Until it's B's turn. The question is this. What's a pet name for a girlfriend? Do you know? This motherfucker says my BM's name. Wait. I don't think you heard me. Name a pet name for a girlfriend. And he says my BM's name. Now, before I can say anything, before I can do anything, all the bitches get on his ass. Boy, you lame as fuck. Straight cornball. Why would you even say that? That shit wasn't even cool. D, why you even invite him? B sitting there like, no, I ain't understand the question. I mean, that's what the first thing my mind thought of. I stand up. No, Jody, listen, me and you need to have a talk. Let's step outside and talk. Oh my God, another man-to-man conversation with this man. So we step outside. Now, I felt I've been very calm. I think I've been very social. I think I've been very transparent. That shit gone. We step outside. What up? This motherfucker. You ain't telling me you used to mess with a girl whose name start with E. What? Hey, stop beating around the bush. Not a good time. Why'd you tell me at IHOP you was messing with my peoples? All my anger went away. I couldn't help but feel laughter. I say, B, do you know what connects us? He says, I mean, cause I know your BM. No, motherfucker. A connects us. I only know you cause of A. No BM, no E, just A. So you cool with her. We could never be bros. You won't always choose her over me. What makes you think I owe you some loyalty? And your relative ain't got nothing to do with you. He agreed. He even then apologizes. D intervenes. Everybody goes their separate ways. Me and B never hangs out again after that. Me and A kind of became distant because she told B when she said she wouldn't. E had a man the whole time, but C, you gotta remember she followed me on all social media sites. So I'm seeing her on social media here and there. It's like a year later now. I see her on Snap. She was dancing in this small ass dress. I comment, hey, you kind of busting for real. She say, yeah, we flirt a little bit. I post a video on my Snap. I'm like in my drawers. I do the most on Snap. You should follow me. She compliments me. I'm like, yeah, we flirt a little bit. Days go by. She sent me a video in some short ass shorts. Busting that thing. Now I think she was at the party being friendly. Following me on all social media sites. She was at IHOP doing things with that Cool Whip. Remember the chicken in the sauce? She liked sauce with her meat. She did give me that look before she left. She lightweight been feeling me. That's what I think. So before I can jump to conclusions, maybe she sent that snap to everybody. So I go to her story. That video of her busting it ain't on her story. So she just sent it to me. So I sent back a video. Yeah, one of them won. All this talk about thick. I showed her it wasn't a rumor. She messaged me back. Oh, I can't believe you would send me something like that. Huh? Didn't you just send me a video busting that thing? She like, I'm a little body conscious. Sometimes I send videos like that to my friends. And when you complimented me the other day, I figured I'd send it to you. Cause I knew you would compliment me and build up my self-esteem. But now I see you like everybody else. Wow! Now you tell me, am I tripping? Was I wrong? Did I read the signals differently? End of story.